Hello investors. In this video I try to answer the question how I buy for myself stocks for long term or, well, not so long term, especially stocks which have these huge waves and huge volatility like Fubo, Tesla, Palantir, you name it. A lot of stocks are going through this route, and usually you notice a stock when it done this and you think, it's pretty interesting, but the price is so high, so I'm not sure how to buy it, how to approach it. I don't want to lose money buying it today and tomorrow if tomorrow it goes down, but in the same time I don't want to miss that opportunity. If I really like the stock, even though it went high, like with Tesla for example, but then it could go still too much higher, I will answer all these questions and share 3 steps that I'm using to buy such stocks. Let's go! Hello, this is Fine Finance. My name is Alex, and I'm sharing shares. How I make money on stocks. Each week I'm sharing stocks. For those who are interested in what those 3 steps are, I will share right now. For all other people, you can see all the details during the whole length of the video. So 3 steps are: first, define your stock. You pick a stock which you like. Of course, this means that you did some research, not just watch some random YouTuber, even though I do videos and trying to do them pretty well and do some research. It is not enough. It is not enough, it is never enough to watch only one YouTuber and go and buy the stock. More details later in this video. First step, define your stock. Second step, you have to allow maximum amount of the money that you want to put in this stock. Basically, you have to have in your brain, in your head, the idea of how big the position should be inside. Again, more on this later. And 3, you buy on dip. That's it. 3 simple steps. Define stock, choose the amount you want to invest, and buy on every dip. Or is it? Keep watching. Again, why I decided to make this video? Because I have these questions from you guys and girls in every single video. If it's in comments, whether from people who watch this and then went to Discord group Stock Talks with Alex and asked me about this, or even direct message me in Discord with these same questions. Those questions can have different forms. First form is that I don't know whether the price is good. Should I wait or should I not? That's the eternal question that everybody asks there, right? The other form of this question, I really want this stock, but do you think it will fall? And the other question is, it went so high, I don't know what to do. What do you think? That's why I want to share with you all my thoughts about it. So what happens is that you watch the stock, you see this volatility going up and down, and again, probably you want to buy one stock because, well, you saw top gainers of the day, you saw some news, and when you have news, it means that usually you're not the only one who went to see this news. A lot of other people did so as well. And that's the moment where it starts to to fly. It can easily go like this in 10%. Any stock with any market capitalization can do this if there is a trigger, and usually that's the bad place to buy. At this point in time, you feel like, I'm kind of tearing apart. I don't know what to do, but I really want to get in it. So, all right, okay, let's start slowly. Step 1. So you have to decide which stock you want to choose. Probably the obvious way how you decide which stock to choose is when you go to your grocery stores, you see a label there and decide, yeah, I'm buying this, and this is the company I want to invest in. Wrong. It's a good sign when you go to the supermarket and you buy a product, for example, whether you like, and, well, I like juices, fresh squeezed juices, and it doesn't mean I will go and buy the stock of this company. Just because it is too local or too small, the market is not there, it is not scalable, there has its own limitations. Even though the product is excellent, it doesn't mean you have to buy it. But that's a totally different story. How to research a stock is a totally different subject. It takes time, so I don't want to go inside of this. Just keep in mind, once you got this stock researched for yourself, You fulfill the first step. Now you're sure that this stock is fine. For example, like lately I did a video on Fubo, and for myself, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but for myself I decided that I want to invest in this stock. Then the second step, I have to understand for myself which amount of money I want to invest in this stock. How I decide on this? Well, again, it's my personal thing. I take my whole portfolio, all the amount of monies that I have for long term, and I think that this is a stock with its own risks, of course, but I see among other stocks as well that for some reasons, let's say I decide to allow 10%, which is pretty high, I would say. You should not allow more than 6%, but let's just say, okay, 6%, you allow 6% for this one. I have stocks that are more than 10% right now because they grew so much. I don't want to sell them, but for now they're more than 10%. But okay, let's say from scratch I want this stock to be 10%. So I assume I have $100,000. That is the total my portfolio. So 10%, $10,000, that's the amount I want to buy with, and I want to spend on this Fubo stock. So what I'm doing, I have this amount already assigned in my head. It doesn't mean I have to spend it right now. In fact, you should almost never do this because you never know what the price will be tomorrow. And that's where we're going to the point 3. Once you have the stock, you're sure, then you have the amount of money you want to invest in this stock. Well, how often should you buy? And here's what I'm doing. So for example, again, you see this volatile stock, for example, Fubo, and you see this graph that goes up like crazy from $20, $25 to $60 in less than 2 weeks. Of course, I would never buy there, and you should never buy when it goes up, really, because it's just my rule. I don't want to buy when everybody buys. It means that there is a momentum here, and actually at this point, that's where I should sell normally a part of my position if this is not a long-term bet, but my trade position, my short-term bets. I have 2 accounts right now. One is for short-term bets, and you can see those in Discord channel again. I have my private groups where signals and with trade setups. So those trade setups, those are the ones that I use to enter in a position, and I publish each time when I enter in position and each time when I close a position. And I publish, of course, results in percentage, positive or negative. So far it was all positive, so that scares me. Because you can never have all winners. You will have the losers for sure. So I'm waiting for first losers. But let's go back to the subject. So with this Fubo, for example, when it started dipping, that's when I started to look, I need to buy on dips, and that's where I'm buying. What even more helpful is if you know how to do a technical analysis. There are two kind of people. They don't believe in technical analysis, and there are others that praise technical analysis because, well, for different reasons. I'm not going to battle them in this video, but just so you know, I use technical analysis for those short-term decisions because if in general you know you want to buy this stock, okay, long term, it doesn't mean you have to buy on top each time. So each time when it goes up, if you buy, it's generally, well, it's not that good of a strategy because of course you can buy at 60. Long term, you will be a gainer if it goes to 600. 10x, bravo. But if your average price of entry into position in general is, for example, $30, well, then you made 20x if you go to 600. It's a big difference, huh? With 10,000 K invested in this stock, this difference could be between $100,000 and $200,000 or $300,000. That's a huge amount of money. And the key level here is you have to wait before you buy. You have to understand that you are not buying on the top of the wave. And actually, generally, you buy on top of the wave when you hear the news popping up everywhere about this stock. This is never a moment to buy. You miss that moment, you see others having profit, but calm down. It is not sustainable to grow 2 or 3x in a few weeks, you will see that this will crash for sure. It will go down. But then again, which level? Technical analysis. Here's your friend. If you don't know how to do technical analysis, you can ask in our Discord group, and other guys, including myself, will gladly help you, to understand, or even share some screenshots with technical analysis for you for this particular stock if they have time. But what I'm saying is that, well, first, of course, join our Discord group. It's not it's our community investors group. We have people from different countries there. It's pretty small right now, but it's growing quite fast. So be there. While it's small, we still have a possibility to answer almost everybody. Once it grew up, we will have less time to answer each one of the questions. So it's really your time right now to join. Alright, so what you're doing, what I did, for example, for Fubo, I'm on around 80% of my total position, of my amount that I gave for myself, that I want to invest in this amount. How did I choose it? Again, I decided to take 10% of my whole portfolio, and also I think that in future, on my current portfolio, it doesn't mean that in future I will not increase this amount, but at least for this month or two, I know that I will dedicate this amount. I'm not sure if I need to disclose the amount, by the way. Sometimes it's interesting, but sometimes, for one persons they would say, it's too big. For others, they would say it's too small, it doesn't. So I'm not sure whether I should disclose it or not. Please write me in the comments down below whether you want to know the exact amount of money I invest in each stock. So I can probably share this. No issues with me. I do share my portfolio, my signals with all the numbers in there already, again in the private channels. And if you support this channel with joining Patreon page, welcome. I think that the value that you get from joining our different groups is just incredible. Okay, and that's it. So you filled your position. Congratulations. 3 steps again. First, decide which stock you'll stick with it. Second, allow approximate amount of money that you want to spend on this stock. And third, don't be afraid. Buy on dips. Not every dip. Use technical analysis to understand where is it time to buy or not. And that's it. Thank you, investors. I hope this was interesting, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.